Oh.
Hello, 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 everyone. My name is Triple P, TRIPPLE and I am your astrology pimp, your astrology prophet, and your astrology priest. And today's 7 Seas Astrology Prophetics video topic will be what I need from a woman and all men should need as well. So before I get started with this video in much greater detail, I would like for you guys to go and watch any of my videos, my foundation videos, in reference to finding out who you are. First and foremost, I highly recommend that you guys, before you pursue anything in life, first and foremost, it is always better to know who and what you are at the core. Because when you do know who you are at the core and what you are, not only as a male, but as a female as well, you will stand for something and you will not fall for anything. So again, I highly suggest go and watch my video, Who Am I or What is Love? Any of those videos is going to actually give you guys an indication of knowing who you are first and foremost before you try to pursue anything, whether it be a woman or a job or anything for that matter of a fact. So with that being said, by now most of you guys know, again, my foundation videos are based on who am I, and then my dating game videos, again, because I'm an astrologer, I teach holistic topics. I cover every topic, financial topics, emotional, confidence, relationship, and so forth. However, this is one of the reasons why they call me Triple P, Pimp, Prophet, and Priest. So today's lesson is going to be, as usual, in reference to the dating game. My main message is you must satisfy a woman's hypergamy. That is what I teach. That is my dating strategy. And that is what I teach my clients as well. Whether you be 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, hypergamy always will exist. No matter how old the woman is, as soon as she becomes interested in men and she starts to understand her value, most, I wouldn't say most, all women will basically use hypergamy as a measuring stick to pick out the guys that they find to be most suitable, that has actually the most highest SMV. And again, SMV that simply means a sexual market value. So again, why I teach hypergamy, to satisfy hypergamy, is because there are many many dating coaches. In fact, all dating coaches, put emphasis on the masculine frame, masculine seduction, knowing and finding your purpose and pursuing your passion and things of that sort, and actually having women as a secondary goal, or not even a secondary goal. Women should be somewhere on that list, but not necessarily on the top of the list. So that is why I teach hypergamy, because again, when you see dating coaches and they talk about, getting the goal and building your body and finding purpose and all of that, at the end of the day, all of these things are going to basically what is going to actually satisfy the woman's hypergamy. So that is why I teach this as a priority. Satisfying a woman's hypergamy is because once a man understands what hypergamy is all about, once he understands the characteristics that is needed, the characteristics that is needed to pursue any particular woman for that matter of fact, once a man knows the characteristics that he needs to possess, then and only then he will be able to actually satisfy a woman's hypergamy. But what makes it even more powerful to understand what hypergamy is because technically, when you understand what hypergamy is and how it's satisfied, it gives my newcomers to the game a different sense of confidence. Because, for example, most dating coaches, when they tend to put emphasis, they tend to put emphasis on again, working, fixing the body and different things of that sort. And in most cases, most individuals might not be financially stable enough to actually go ahead and actually go to the gym and get memberships, weekly, monthly, yearly memberships. Some individuals might not have the confidence to go to the gym and all of that at first because they might not want to actually, show themselves off their body weight or whatever insecurities they may have. However, the good thing is about the message that I teach is because once you understand what hypergamy is, you automatically have one foot in the door. And so your confidence will no longer necessarily be based on your image, how you look, how you think, it's going to be based on how you feel about yourself. Because once you understand, again, hypergamy, you're going to understand that every man has a woman out there for him. I don't care how you look. You could be 5, 6, 700 pounds. There will be one woman out there that loves you the way you are. I don't care how broke you are. There's going to be at least one woman. Everybody, you see, sometimes you'll see a homeless guy. You might see a homeless guy that's actually literally homeless, walking with a dog around, and he actually has a wife or a girlfriend actually homeless along with him as well. And these guys, I'm talking about to the extreme of the extremities, these guys actually have someone in their lives as well. So again, I don't care who you are, where you come from, how you look. I mean, you can look like you straight came from, you know what I'm saying, from space, you know what I'm saying? And you could actually get someone to actually find you to be attractive, and that girl could actually like you for who you are. But again, back to hypergamy. The reason I preach hypergamy is because the game first starts within. And like Casey, I think the guy name is Casey Zander. Yes, Casey Zander. He always preaches that women fall in love with the guts of a man, and that is what I preach. That is why, again, from the very beginning of all of my videos, all of every last one of my videos had something to do with the internal mechanism of the man, the internal mechanism, whereas the man must actually first become the man that he needs to be first and foremost before he goes ahead and actually pursues women. And after the man actually comes to know who he is first and foremost, then and only then he should actually pursue a woman. So again, I am putting emphasis on building the guts of a man, the actual, the quality of a man that stands out, whether he has money, whether he does not have money, whether he is tall, whether he's short, whether he's big, whether he's small. It doesn't make a difference. Once the internal value is established by a man, and only then, once that internal value is established, then that man could actually go ahead and pursue women with pure confidence. But until then, the man will actually believe, if he believes that he needs to have a particular look, looks maxing, he believes he has to have a particular height, he believes he has to have a particular amount of money in the bank, he believes he has to have a certain amount of status. That comes secondary to the self-confidence that a man actually needs from the very beginning. That is why I teach hypergamy, satisfaction of hypergamy, because once a man understands this, I don't care who you are, once this internal light goes off, this bulb goes off inside your mind, you will develop the confidence that you need no matter what, how you look, how you feel. And that is going to give you the confidence to actually go ahead and build yourself to a much greater degree. Because at first, let's say, for example, you might have had lack of confidence. You might feel like, I was not tall enough, I did not have enough money, I was not handsome enough. But once you understand how hypergamy works and what the mechanism is that actually attracts women and turns women on, then actually only then their confidence you will have a natural confidence, you will have a natural swag, and then you will be able to approach women with an actual confidence that does not rely on any external thing. Because in the end, it is always going to be the internal man that the woman is actually going to find to be attractive. It is the internal man that the woman is actually going to actually fall in love with. It's not going to necessarily be the material thing. She might actually like the material things. She might feel that she wants to be a part of your life because you have material things. But when it really boils down, she does not fall in love with your car. She does not fall in love with your money. She actually falls in love with you. Whatever that may mean, falling in love for a woman, whatever that may be mean, she does that, or she may become attached to you. And so therefore, that is what we are trying to achieve. We are trying to get the woman to be attached to the man himself, not the objects that the man bring. Yes, there may be trinkets. Yes, there may be eye candy to a woman. However, if you have the understanding of hypergamy and you perform in a particular manner, you will be able to get that woman to actually become attached to you. And then the material things that you bring, they will tend to become secondary. However, I am not stating that actually if you continue to just only work on understanding hypergamy without any doing any work on yourself, I'm not saying that that is going to be the be all. I'm saying that you first need to have the confidence to believe and know that you have a chance, and you stand a chance no matter what level you are at. And with that stand, with that chance that you believe that you have, that is going to be the building block that you're going to build your confidence on. That is going to be the building block that you're going to give you the confidence to say, hey, I know I can get a woman now. However, I know if I put a little bit more effort into my appearance, my work, my job, my career, my financial status, I know then the quality of the women are actually going to improve as well. So that is why I preach again hypergamy, satisfying hypergamy, because I believe a man needs to understand the actual psychology behind what makes women tick. And after a man understand what makes women tick, and only then he would be able to actually apply the appropriate game, the appropriate strategies, and appropriate methods, because he would be coming from a place more of an abundance mindset, because he believes that he knows that he could get almost any girl if he asked. I said almost, I didn't say every girl, because there is no man, there's not one man on the planet who is capable of getting every girl. As far as I'm concerned, you should not want every girl. You should only want or need a handful of girls. In fact, you don't need anything for that matter of fact. But if you do, when it comes to numbers, you only need a few. You don't need, you know what I'm saying, to be Hugh Hefner. But anyhow, back to the game. So again, hypergamy, satisfying woman's hypergamy is the ultimate understanding, and that is the foundation that I try to build with the men that come and they call and they try to get some guidance or instructions or some information about how do they get a female, how do they get this from a woman, how do they get that from a woman, how do they get a woman to be loyal, and things of that sort. And the answer is always going to be, from my perspective again, if you satisfy a woman's hypergamy, that woman will always automatically display loyalty, display being kind, compassion, so forth, because she will be emotionally attached to you from a primal level. So you have to get a woman attached from a primal level, and that goes down to the core of what hypergamy is. Hypergamy is a woman's instinct, her natural instinct to believe that the man that she is talking to at the moment is the best man for her survival. And that is what hypergamy is. Hypergamy is a mechanism that women feel, that they feel that a man is going to be the most suitable man for their offspring, for them to survive, and so forth and so on. So it is not necessarily that the woman wants that she might not, you might be the tallest guy, you might, and that you still might not satisfy hypergamy, because you might show simp traits, you might be a trick, you might be, not masculine. There's a lot of factors that goes involved in it. However, the finances and all those things are basically the trappings that actually get the woman to actually feel like, what, your value, SM value is greater than it really may be, because there are some men that actually have a lot of money, but their SMV value, they still might be low, because they can't attract women. They are not confident. They don't believe in themselves, and the list goes on and on. So again, my message is hypergamy, understanding hypergamy first and foremost is the ultimate game that you should, I shouldn't say game, but the ultimate knowledge that you should first understand before pursuing women. Am I mad at hypergamy? No, I am grateful for hypergamy, because what hypergamy does, hypergamy gives individuals the opportunity to stand a chance. Men who hear the word hypergamy and they think that women will date up always and always leave them for the highest man, that is good news, because all that is saying is you guys need to step your game up. That all that is saying. That is saying that if you understand a woman nature, you should be grateful. That means that the woman nature is not fixed, is not set in stone. One day she might feel this way about you, the next day she might feel another way about you. And that is good news for you guys, because what that means is that once you step your game up and you understand the game, you understand hypergamy, and you do the things that is necessary to satisfy a woman's hypergamy, now you will understand that you stand a chance with almost any woman. And despite the fact you may see a woman with a husband or with a guy, I'm not suggesting that you guys go and try to take men, girlfriends away from them, because some of these guys are actually 110% full breed simps. Some men will actually go out their mind and go out their way to actually harm you or something of that sort if you take their female away. So please, again, do not try to use the game to go and take somebody wife away, someone girlfriend away. It's best that you use the game, build yourself to find a woman that like you. Find a woman that actually finds you to be attractive. Find a woman that actually likes you for you. A woman that wants to be with you for you. How you look as is, how you present yourself as is, the type of money that you have as is, and that is going to be the best woman for you. So all these things, these messages that I'm teaching you guys is not to actually build you guys up to go and take other guys' girls. If you want to take other guys' girls, go and do that at your risk. However, it's just best to let a woman choose upon you. If she does have a boyfriend, allow her to give her the time, the space, and so forth, so she can leave the guy, at least leave the guy and then choose upon you. Then that's a good move too as well. But to go and actually pursue another man's wife, another man's woman, to go and try to literally take that woman from that man when she's literally in a relationship is pretty much ludicrous. That is low game, if I may say. I mean, you can do what you want to do it however you want to do it. But again, the ultimate goal is just to simply understand what game is and understand what hypergamy is, and then you understand that because of this hypergamous nature of the female, this is good news. This is actually perfect news that the women are not necessarily stuck in stone or set in stone in the relationships that they're in. And what you guys will learn over a period of time is that most men are simps. Most men are actually tricks. Most men do not understand hypergamy. Most men do not have strong or high SMV. Most men do not actually put themselves first. Most men do not see themselves as the prize. So what I'm saying to you is that is fantastic news, because what that means is that every woman that you see, it is a very high possibility or high chance that that woman is with a man that she is just actually settling with until the man that she wants comes along, and that man could be you. So that is what I'm saying. You do not let the competition scare you. Do not develop competition anxiety to believe that the female, though she may be with a man, that you don't stand a chance. Most women are with the man that they don't really want, and most women, the man that they want, they necessarily can't get. So just keep that in mind. Just because a woman has a girlfriend or husband, that doesn't mean jack, because most likely she couldn't get the alpha male, the 10 that she wanted. So she settled for the beta male provider, the guy, the beta male arbiter, or someone of that sort. And for those who don't understand the terms, because when I create these videos, I tend to create these videos with the newcomers in mind to the game, who don't really know all the terminologies and who don't know all the vocab of the game. So the beta male provider is just the guy who pretty much provides for the woman and the family and so forth, and he leads with his wallet. He believes that if he has enough money, he works, he has a good job, he takes care of the woman, he does this and he does that financially, he buys her this and all of these stuff. And I'm not saying nothing is wrong with this. I'm just saying this guy does not have any game. He just automatically comes leading with his wallet or leading with his pocket. And so the guy who does that, that does not necessarily guarantee him the female that he wants, because women will actually take your resources and do not care anything about you. And that is the beta male provider, which most men are. That is why most men have the things that they have, the jobs that they have, the cars that they have, because they get these things hoping that they will attract the female, and when they get the woman, they tend to just buy the woman off rather than actually come to a place where the woman actually is attached, where the woman submits, and those things of sort. So that is the beta male provider, someone who pretty much provides for a woman. Again, there's nothing wrong with providing for a woman, but if the woman does not value you other than what you bring to the table from a materialist perspective, that is not a good thing as well. So, and then you have the beta male arbiter. The beta male arbiters are just guys who pretty much, hit women up in their DMs all day, every day, online. Hey, sexy, hey, beautiful. They just happy to be able to get the girl to maybe send them a little high text back or whatever the case may be. These guys orbit the girl like how the earth orbits the sun. So this is what these guys do. They pretty much base their lives around the particular girl, and they don't actually have any value. They don't have any game. They just are happy to be able for the girl to actually maybe say hi or something of that sort, and just trivial stuff they're just content with. Again, they follow these guys, these girls around like groupies. Everything the girl posts online, they say, hey, how good job, sexy, or whatever the case, whatever they do, that is what beta male orbiters do. So what guys fail to understand is in the game, coming to the game, the majority of the men are beta male providers or either beta male orbiters. Most men are not alpha males. That is why you see there may be, say, 20% of the men, only 20% of the men have 80% of the women. That is what I'm trying to tell you guys. 20% of the men attract at least 80% of the women, and 80% of the women only want 20% of the men. So what that means, that is good news, because what I'm trying to tell you guys is, if you understand what I'm saying, is that 80% of the women that you see, no matter who they are with, whether the guy looks tall, sexy, has money, whatever the case may be, it is a very high percentage chance that that guy does not satisfy her hypergamy. And that is what I'm saying. That guy himself is actually a low grade value man. He may appear to be physically in a particular state, strong muscles or whatever the case may be, but that does not necessarily mean that he is satisfying a hypergamy. So again, if you guys really understand what I'm saying, is this is fantastic news. Like the Bible say, the New Testament is the good news and so forth. Hypergamy, satisfying a woman, hypergamy is good news as well. I am bringing you guys beyond good news. As far as I'm concerned, learning about hypergamy is one of the greatest things that ever I understood about women, and that is why I'm trying to share this information with you guys as well. So keep in mind, once again, just because a woman has a man does not mean that she is satisfied with that man. And just understand that at least 80% of the men, maybe even more, I'm just giving a low ball number, 80% of the men are not alpha male, high top tail men. Most of the men are in relationships are actually not satisfying their woman's hypergamy, and the woman is actually settling until she does better. And that is why I'm teaching you guys the game that I am teaching you guys today, because the game that I teach is not just any type of game. The game is vicious game. The game is vicious, like hurricane, earthquake, lightning and thunder, brimstone and fire. That is the devastation that my game brings to the market, to the SMV marketplace. So again, you guys should take advantage of understanding what hypergamy is. You guys should do the best to continue to build yourself, work on yourself, and put yourself as a priority. First and foremost, you should do that for yourself. Then you should go and pursue other women and see what women actually want from you as well. So with that being said, the main topic of this video was, what do I need from a woman, and what you should need as well. So I know I kind of went on and on and on, and I'm still going on and on, because that's what I do. I spit fire, you know what I'm saying? So anyhow, but back to what I was saying. So the game again about understanding hypergamy is, what's so good about hypergamy is, you guys, I'm sure you guys probably could see there's some water behind me, and then you have guys who fish. There's guys who come in this area, sometimes they come to fish, but all fishermen know that you cannot catch any fish and every fish with any type of bait. There are some fish that only eat a certain type of bait. There's only some fish that is in a certain particular type of water. Guys who try to catch bass fish, those guys know that bass only eat a certain type of fish. Guys who try to catch trout, they know that these trout only eat a certain type of bait. Guys who try to go and catch big game fish, tuna, wahoo, and blue marlin, these guys know that they have to be in a certain depth of water. The water, they cannot catch a tuna or blue marlin in low, shallow water. They know that they cannot catch these fish. Some of these fish only live in fresh water. They have freshwater fish, and they have saltwater fish. So a true fisherman must understand the type of line, the thickness of the line, the size of the hook, the lure, the color of the lure, the bait, all type of things that fisherman have to have in his tool kit. Most guys know who fish again. They know that they can't just go again and catch a blue marlin with a very small hook or a very weak pole or something of that sort. These guys have to go all out, and they know it takes a lot of effort and a lot of weight to pull in one of these fish. Sometimes these guys actually catch the fish, and the fish might be right up to the boat, about to pull the fish in, and the line breaks and the fish gets away. Most big professional guys who fish, in fact, guys who fish on the side of the, just on the dock, they know this happens to them as well. The fish just is about to be pulled up, and for some reason the line pop, or the hook fell out the fish mouth, or something of that sort happens as well. So why am I using this illustration about fishermen fishing? Fishermen need to have a variety of tool items in his tool kit to catch a particular type of fish. So what I'm saying to you is, the great news about hypergamy is, all women operate off hypergamy. Hypergamy is something when you understand the game and you understand what it takes to satisfy a woman, you will understand that you would have the game to catch every fish. Every fish. One fish cat, one bait you have will catch all because all women operate from the hypergamy satisfaction perspective. Again, like unlike the fish, some fish only eat this, some fish only eat that. That is not the case with women. All women operate of hypergamy. All. When I said all, I mean capital A, capital L, L, L. You see, your sister, your auntie, your mother, every one of the females that ever existed operated of hypergamy. Every child that was being born, in most cases, almost every child that was born, the woman at some point felt like, some kids are accident, you know what I'm saying? However, in most cases, the woman felt that the guy that she was sleeping with was going to be the best suitable guy at the time. Some, again, accidents happen, some pregnancy happen by accident, but in most cases, a woman does not actually go ahead and just sleep with any and every guy, especially if she's going unprotected and knowing that there's a possibility that she could get pregnant. So again, hypergamy, satisfaction of hypergamy addresses all female. That is why I'm preaching this game. I'm going directly to the horse's mouth. I'm not teaching you guys go to the gym at first, build your body up. I'm not saying get your money right at first, get your finances right, get the right car. I'm saying you could do that as you go. But the first thing you need to do is build your self-confidence and understand that you do stand a chance in the game. You do stand a chance getting almost any woman. I did not say every, but almost any woman that actually sees you to be attractive enough. Any woman that you meet, how minimum, you still must meet a woman, minimum sexual SMV, because no matter how you look, you still have the woman have to still choose you no matter what, no matter how you look at it, and every woman is not gonna like you. However, the game that I'm spitting is the game that I'm teaching you guys is that if you do adapt and you do get the quality of game that I'm trying to spit at you guys, you do get the understanding about hypergamy. You guys stand a chance of actually getting the woman that you actually deserve, and especially if you actually go and you put in some work and you build your body the way you feel confident when you look in the mirror. You feel good about the way you shape. You feel like you can maybe take off your shirt in public. You feel you can walk down the street, you know what I'm saying, wearing some shorts and your legs are not like toothpicks or whatever the case may be. You put in some effort into building yourself. You take some time and you build your wardrobe up. When you go in public, you feel like you are very confident. You are you're dressed to the best as you could, your abilities that your budget could afford, because we all know that the way you dress is going to be based on your budget as well. But the moral of the story is you're putting the maximum effort into actually appearing the best that you could be, to be as appealing as you can to attract the women that you want. And some may ask, say, hey, look at you, you have on this big bed and all of this. Hey, that's what I'm saying. I am triple P. Here I am P. If a bitch don't like me as I am, hey, best you could keep stepping, you understand me? And guess what? You meet me in a simple style and fashion and form. And when I upgrade and I do put on a little something, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be like a icing on the cake. She's going to be surprised to see that I could actually transform from Clark Kent to Superman, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. So again, the game is just to give you an understanding how to attract women from all atmospheres and all areas and all atmospheres and environments in life and areas in life. So that is what I'm trying to give you guys an understanding of the importance of hypergamy. So back to the topic, the main topic, what I was saying again, what do I need from a woman, and what should you guys need from a woman as well? And that's what today's topic is going to be, because what I'm teaching you guys is how to satisfy a woman's hypergamy. Because again, if no matter what you do, no matter how much money you come with, no matter how you look, no matter how good you may be in bed, I don't give a fuck who the fuck you think you is. If that bitch hypergamy is not satisfied, she will always be on the lookout. She will always be looking for bigger, better, and better. That is why you could see some guys, you see some guys are capable of actually having multiple women, and not only just having multiple women, some guys are having women that actually know about each other, and some guys are living in blatant, openly polygamous relationship, having more than one girl, living in the same house. Some guys, I just saw a video the other day, don't remember the guy name. This guy has 10 children, 10 children, and I think he has like 7 girls living, 10 or 7 girls living in the same house. You understand me? Don't get me wrong. Now, the guy is not a broke guy. The guy is a masculine guy and so forth. The guy meets the requirements. But the moral of the story is, if that guy could do it, anyone could do it as well. How could he do it? Because he understands what he wants and knows what he brings to the table. And there's always going to be a woman that's going to actually, say, hey, this is the type of guy I want to be with, and I'm going to be with him no matter what. Women are willing to share you if you present yourself and you come with a high enough SMV. Again, SMV, sexual market value. If you come enough with a high enough SMV, you are capable of getting just about anything. And that is the game, what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. And but first, you need to understand, if you could at least satisfy a woman hypergamy in one way, shape, or form, you actually have one foot in the door. And once you have one foot in the door, you could actually continue to build yourself, work on yourself, and build yourself to the point where now you will actually get 2 foot in the door, which actually requires some patience. Most guys don't have any patience. That is why you actually need to have options. You need to have more than one option, so you're not just sitting around chasing one girl. You need to have a rotation, a revolving door. As they come, they go. One comes in, one goes, one stays, one doesn't stay. You do not give a fuck. So back to what I was saying again. Why, again, that I was creating this video was to say, what do I want from a girl, or what do I need from a woman, and what you should need from a woman as well, is because once you understand what you need from a woman, then you could actually satisfy a woman's hypergamy. As for myself, what I need from a woman is, I need a few things. I need a few things. One, the first thing I need, I do not need, I need a woman to want, let me rephrase that. Let me take that back, because I'm getting a little tired tongue as I'm talking about what I need now. Because if you ask women what they need, they will give you a list. I have a list too. You understand me? Don't think I'm just here spitting this fire and I don't have any requirements, or I don't have any standards as well. As far as I'm concerned, most women will never even meet the standards that I require. But anyhow, back to what I was saying. First of all, I need a woman that needs me more than I need her. You understand me? I need a woman that wants me more than I want her. I need a woman that likes me more than I like her. You understand me? I need a woman that sees and understands and knows that my SMV value is higher than hers. You understand me? I need a woman that cares more about me than her. You understand me? I need a woman that calls me more than I call her. I need a woman that texts me more than I text her. I need a woman that wants to fuck me more than I want to fuck her. I need a woman that wants to be with me more than I want to be with her. I need a woman to understand that my options, the options that I have in reference to the quality of women that I have around me or I have access to, is at least on the same caliber or greater than her. You understand what I'm saying? So if you understand, and that's just a few things, but these are like some of the foundational things. Go over it again. I need a woman that needs me more than I need her. I need a woman that wants me more than I want her. I need a woman that likes me more than I like her. I need a woman that cares about me more than I care about her. I need a woman that wants to sleep with me more than I want to sleep with her. I need a woman that knows my SMV value is higher than hers. I need a woman that understands that my options in reference to the quality of women that I have access to, or the women that I could get, is a far more greater value than her. I need a woman that wants to call me more than her. I need a woman that needs to text me more than her. I need a woman that wants to see me more than I want to see her. You understand what I'm saying? So what you understand what I'm saying, if you look at what I'm saying is, I do not need a woman to cook for me. I do not need a woman to clean for me. I don't need a woman to do any material thing for me unless she's maybe bringing some other value to assist me, to help me to further better myself, my service, or my progress in life, or something of that sort. My service, what I do, a woman could come in my life and maybe assist me. But what I'm saying is, what I need is, I need nothing from a woman. And every man should need nothing from a woman. That is the most attractive man there is, that when a man needs nothing from a woman. A man does not need to see a bitch. A man does not need to fuck a bitch. A man does not need to talk to a bitch. A man doesn't need to call a bitch. A man that needs to text a bitch. A man doesn't even need to like a bitch. And those guys are the most attractive guys, who actually, most guys may not believe that or not, but that is the goddamn truth. That is the game that I'm spitting. And most guys will say, triple. Again, most people who know me, they call me triple for short instead of triple P. They say, triple, where do you find a bitch like this? Where do you find a bitch with all of these things? I see, if you, and you guys notice again, I did not say I want anything that is material. I didn't even say I want a bitch to love me. I didn't even say I want a bitch to respect me. Because once you understand the way how polygamy works, and how when you get a woman's hypergamy satisfied, all of these things will come naturally. When a woman hypergamy is satisfied, she will naturally respect you. When a woman hypergamy is satisfied, she will naturally automatically love you. Whatever that is called for a woman, whatever that means for a woman, because we know women love women, men different from women. And I'm going to create a video about that as well. But then we know that once a woman hypergamy is satisfied, the woman is going to be loyal to you. The woman is going to actually pursue you. And that is what is going to happen when the hypergamy is satisfied. But that hypergamy is only going to be satisfied if you display, be a man that displays high SMV. And so therefore, again, women would say, or guys would say, Triple, where would you find a bitch like that that doesn't want or doesn't need all those things? I'm just trying to tell you guys, every woman is like that. Every woman does not want a man who wants them to that degree. Every woman wants a man who does not need them. In fact, I would even say women don't even want men to love them. I know that sounds fucked up. That sounds really fucked up what I just said. Women don't want men to love them because even when you fall in love with a woman, you actually run the risk of actually not satisfying her hypergamy, because women are extremely crazy when it comes down to their emotions. The things that they say they want, they actually, when you give it to them, they don't actually want it. Every woman that I've actually wanted in my life, and I actually really, really wanted them, and I desired them, and I had some big infatuation, or I was enamored about them, I lost that bitch. I didn't lose much bitches in my life. I had more success than I actually had failures, but I actually lost that bitch. And the bitches that I did not care about, the bitches that I actually was trying to avoid, and actually the bitches that I actually fucked and disappeared and so forth, those bitches I had to beat those bitches off with a stick. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's what guys don't understand, the way hypergamy actually really works. So again, what I was saying is, back to by saying, the guys would say, Triple, where do you find a woman like that? You don't necessarily find a woman like that out of the box. All women are not going to come like that out of the box. The woman is gonna come, you're gonna have to build the bitch like Lego. You're gonna have to build a bitch like you're building a goddamn house. You understand what I'm saying? You're gonna have to build a bitch like you're playing World of Warcraft or whatever that game is where you build shit up. You know what I'm saying? Or The Sims or some shit. That is how you're gonna have to build a bitch. You're gonna have to build a bitch like you build your bank account. The bitch is gonna come with the same ideologies that she had from the previous relationship. If she comes involved, she gets involved with you, and she had a guy who actually likes chicken and fries, and that's what he wanted for dinner, she's gonna come and she's gonna cook you chicken and fries for dinner, and it's gonna be up to you to say, hey, bitch, I don't really like chicken and fries. I don't even like chicken, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I like this, or I like that, or I like fish, or I like steak, or I like pork chop, or whatever the fuck it is you like. You have to condition a bitch to fall into your program and actually follow your instructions. But a bitch will not do these things automatically. You have to spend time with a bitch. You have to display that you are that guy for that bitch to become that woman. The woman's not going to become this way automatically. The woman has to come that way instinctively. Once her hypergamy is satisfied, she's going to feel more happier. I know it sounds fucked up. When the woman actually, when you are not the one doing all the calling, when you're not the one doing all the texting, when you are not the one wanting to see the bitch, that is when the woman is going to be at most happiest, and they're going to feel the best in the relationship. All the women will tell you they like it when they can have the time to think about the guy and say, man, hey, let me call this guy. You know what I'm saying? Or let me send him a text. They love it when they actually have to think about you first to call you or text you versus you're the one always calling or texting them. They like it when they feel like, hey, man, I missed this guy. I want to see you. And they actually could pick up the phone and call you first rather than you always calling the bitch, hey, baby, where you want to go? Do you want to do lunch? You want to have this? You want to do dinner? Whatever the case may be. Bitches do not like that. They say that they want this, but when you give it to them, they will get bored of you and they will actually find somebody else, because in the game, they have something what they call IOI, indication of interest. IOI, indication of interest. That's just another terminology in the game. So indication of interest is how much interest or how much indication you show a bitch. If you show a bitch that you have high indication of interest, you're calling a bitch all day, you're texting a bitch all day. What you doing, baby? How you doing, baby? Good morning, bitch. Good afternoon, bitch. Good night, bitch. You know what I'm saying? You're just constantly showing a bitch how interested in you are. Over a period of time, it might sound sweet or it might feel sweet in the very beginning, but as time goes on, your SMV, your sexual market value, is going to go down. And it's going to go down to the point to where she's going to actually lose interest in you. And then she's going to go and chase after the guy like me who do not give a fuck about her. You understand me? That is why I said again, let me repeat that one more time. You understand me? I said I need a girl, you understand me, who needs me more than I need her. I need a girl who wants me more than I want her. You understand me? I need a girl who likes me more than I like her. I need a girl who cares about me more than I care about her. I need a girl who wants to fuck me more than I want to fuck her. I need a girl that understands that my SMV value is higher than hers. I need a girl to understand that my options as far as the pedigree and the quality of women that I have is far greater than her, or at least on the same equal amount footing as her. I need a girl that wants to call me more than I want to call her. I need a girl that wants to text me more than I want to text her. And I need a girl who wants to see me more than I want to see her. So again, where do I find this bitch? I have to build this bitch. The bitch has to actually develop a sexual attraction, not sexual attraction, her SMV value, her perception of me has to be extremely high. And once you get the girl to believe that you have a higher SMV value and there's a discrepancy between you and her, and she believes that you are more valuable in some way, shape, or form, she will naturally do these things and she will actually love it as well. A woman would be most happiest when she has to pursue you. I know it sounds fucked up again to most of you guys in the game, newcomers to the game, blue pills and simps and tricks and so forth. I know it sounds like goddamn blasphemy, but a woman wants to pursue you. A woman wants challenge. A woman does not want a guy easy come, easy go, because a bitch could find that everywhere. Anywhere a bitch walk down the street, and especially if a bitch is like a 7, 8, 9, 10, a bitch know that all she have to do is come out the house and there are men gonna be lining up. There's not that much men actually that she have to actually put a challenge, that's gonna put up a challenge and it's gonna put up some type of resistance. Most women do not come across guys like that. So when women come across guys like that, they are actually turned on to a great degree to say, hey, oh, this guy looks like he has some standard. He looks like he's not going to just fall for me because I'm cute or I have a little bit of color or I have a nice ass or something like that. Most women find guys that are to be most attractive. That is why I'm spitting this game. And what I'm saying to you again is, again, what do I need from a bitch? Nothing. Nothing. No thing. That is what the fuck I need from a bitch, and that's what you should need from a bitch either. All guys should actually need nothing from a bitch. As far as you're concerned, you should be bringing something to the table, and the bitches will actually want to come and sit down with you and eat. However, you should not just let any bitch come and sit down to the table and eat with you because you've put so much time and effort building yourself, building your status, building your body, building your life in the way that you want your kingdom to be. So you should not just let any peasant just come and sit at your goddamn table. You understand what I mean? You should leave the bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like the Bible say, you know, eating the crumbs of the floor. Eating the crumbs from the floor or some shit like that, like the dogs or some shit. But bitches shouldn't be able to just step up in their goddamn palace and say what they want, make demands and all kind of shit like that. No, that's not the way it is, because you build a life and you build a life and you build a status, a perception of yourself, and you built it alone. So when you build yourself to a certain degree, you should not need anyone. You notice if I did not even say sex, I didn't even say I need sex. I didn't say I need love. I didn't say I need respect. I didn't say any of these things that I said. What I said was I needed a bitch to understand who the fuck I am, what the fuck I am, what she's gonna expect from me. And all these things that I said that I need was based on psychology. None of these things were actually really physical needs from a bitch. I need a bitch to cook some food for me or some shit like that. All of these things was psychological, because I am dealing with the psychology of the female. I'm not care too much about the actual physical body and all that, because I know once the mind is captured, once you capture a bitch mind, the body will actually follow. So that is what I'm saying. You guys need to understand that you should not actually come into a relationship needing nothing. And if a bitch does not satisfy what you need or what you want, then actually you should be in a relationship all by yourself. Like I said, I do not even need sex. You guys should go ahead and watch. I'm not saying I don't want no pussy now. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I don't, but I'm saying I don't need it. It's not something that I need, that I'm gonna die. I need air, and I need food, and I need to goddamn be successful. That's what the fuck I need. I need to be successful as a man, to do what I need to do, and be the man I need to be. But as far as anything else, I do not need any of these things. You know what I'm saying? These are just pluses if I get a particular type of grade or quality of woman, a pedigree of woman. That's a plus if I could get, you know what I'm saying, a 7, 8, 9, 10 or something of that sort. And that woman actually still has to bring something to the table. That woman is just not going to just come and be a part of my life just like that. So again, if you go and watch my video, go and watch my video. I think it was titled, How Did I Go 6 Years Without Sex? And I was happy. That was one of the very first videos that I did. And I did that video for a reason. I exposed my personal life to you guys for a reason. I didn't do that because I was trying to get clout. I did that because after a period of time, when I decided to build on the video, on the structure, I wanted guys to understand that you have to be able to at least go X amount of time. Like I said before, you don't have to go 6 years. You could try to go 6 months without fucking a bitch. You know what I'm saying? You could try to go six weeks without fucking a bitch. You could try to go 6 days without fucking a bitch. And if you just go, and even if you try to go 2-3 days, that's a good start. You know what I'm saying? And then and on top of that, I'm not just saying go without sex. I'm talking about without sex and without masturbation. Not with actually not watching porn, not masturbation to still satisfy your sexual desires. I'm talking about cold turkey. No bitches. Fuck bitches, go do your thing, whatever your grind is. Work on your papers, work on your plan. Go in isolation, go in monk mood. Be by yourself, work on yourself. Build your self-confidence, build. How the fuck you think I'm able to say this shit? How the fuck you think I'm gonna come up here and talk all this shit about these bitches? Why the fuck you do you think that I'm just talking shit because I want to talk shit? I'm talking shit because this is what I come to understand. I am making a sacrifice for you guys. I'm saying something that most guys feel, but most guys are not capable of saying it because most men are afraid they're gonna lose their bitch, they're gonna lose their girl, or whatever the case may be. I don't give a fuck. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't need no bitch, so I don't give a fuck. So I'm able to say these things because I know at the end of the day, some bitch is still gonna say, wow, I like your style. I like the fuck. You's a cold motherfucker. That's why I tell you guys, you know what I'm saying, you have to be a player from the Himalayas. And the Himalayas is up in the mountains where the monks be, extremely disciplined, extremely cold, isolation, you know what I'm saying, working on their meditation and their spirituality. That's what the fuck you need to do. That's why I said in the video, in my other video, I said, how did I go 6 years? I think 2,190 days. I can't remember which days it is. No fop, no masturbation. How many men on the planet could say they could go 6 years without fucking a bitch? None. Not few. A very few. We talking about like in the less than zero. We talking about 0.0000001. Most guys again can't go 6 days before they have to go put their hand on their shit. You understand what I'm saying? Most men can't go 6 weeks before they actually lose their goddamn mind. So 6 years, that's what I'm saying you. So if I could go 6 years, do you think I give a fuck about pussy like that? No, I've actually come to the point where, like I said, I do not need any pussy. Again, if you go back and hear the things that I need, I did not say I need love. I don't give a fuck if a bitch love me or not. As far as I'm concerned, I would prefer a bitch to respect me more than anything else than even love me, because we know that when you're dealing with bitches, love is something that is not fixed. Love is something that is kind of like it's flexible. It always changes. So I'm not looking for a bitch to love me. I prefer a bitch to respect me, because I also know a bitch cannot love me unless she respects me as well. But once a bitch hypergamy is satisfied, only then, and only then a bitch actually will not need you to call her. She would want to be the one calling you. She would want to be the one texting you first. She would be the one wanting to see you first. She would be the one wanting to fuck you first. She might be the one who wants to do all of these things for you first. That is what women want. They may not say it, but again, they are happy. They use the orbited beta male orbiters to build their confidence and build their ego and feed their false self-identity and all that. They need these men to say, hey, beautiful, sexy and all that, and all day, every day. But however, deep down inside, they want the guy who do not give a fuck about them, point blank. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to end this video almost in the next second or two. But again, like I was saying again, you should come into the relationship needing absolutely nothing. That is the most attractive man, from my understanding. From that's what I see. The more I care, it seems like the more I care less, the more bitches love me. You understand me? I'm telling you guys, this fucked up is really a fucked up game. It's a cold game, but the more I care, the more I lose bitches, because the more you care and the more sensitive you are, you will not satisfy a woman's hypergamy. And if you, the more you, I'm not saying to be heartless and treat the bitch like goddamn toilet tissue. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you to do that. You still have to show some type of, value for the bitch, and some type of compassion and affection and so forth, and romance and different things of that sort. You still have to be a little caring and so forth. I'm not telling you guys to be goddamn fucking stone cold Steve Austin and fucking put the bitch in a headlock and body slam the bitch. I'm not telling you guys to do any of that shit. I'm just trying to tell you guys to put your masculine frame first, because the masculine frame is going to allow the woman to become in a feminine frame, and that's the way it works. Because when a woman, only way a woman could actually become in a feminine frame is when she sees you in a masculine frame, because when she notices that you're always in a masculine frame, she's going to start to feel safe. She's going to be able, she can trust you, and then she's going to be able to put her guard down. Because most women are acting masculine only because men are acting masculine, or acting feminine, I should say, The men are acting feminine, so the women are acting masculine. And when you do the opposite, when you actually start to act masculine or become masculine, because it's not really acting thing, you might have to fake it until you make it if you're not really naturally a masculine guy. And if you didn't have a proper father figure or someone in your life, you know, you might have to act it. Or that's why I'm teaching you guys this game. I'm gonna be you guys' father. I'm gonna be you guys' uncle. I'm gonna be you guys' cousin. I'm gonna be you guys' OG. I'm gonna be you guys' uncle. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. I'm helping you guys who just came into the game and does not understand the dynamics of what a woman nature is. And once you understand the dynamics, then you stand a chance. Like I said, if you come into the game being feminine, then the female is going to be masculine. However, when a woman comes in contact with a natural masculine man, over a period of time, she is going to actually develop, she will step more into the feminine role, and that is what all men want and what all men need. So what I'm telling you and I'm teaching you when I say I don't need this and I don't need that, that is exactly what the woman needs as well. She does not need the man who needs her more than you need her, that she needs you. You know what I'm saying? She does not need the man who wants her more than she wants him. She does not like the man who likes her more than she likes her. You know what I'm saying? She does not want to sleep with the man who she does not want to sleep with the man as much as he wants to sleep with her. She does not like the man who she feels that has a lower SMV value than her and she has to look down. She does not like the man who the man has to call more than she wants to call him. She does not like the man who she has to text more than, and the man is texting more than she's texting him. And she does not want to see a man more than a man who wants to see her all the time. So that's what I'm saying. The things that I want, that I'm telling you that I want, is the very exact things that the women want as well. So I hope this video has been extremely informative as usual. Please, 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 again, as usual, thank you for watching this long, sticking around. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe and all that good stuff. And again, if you are, please, 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 please stop believing in illusions, delusions, and hallucinations. Triple P, and I'm out.
Oh.